Hello, my name is Kai Parker and this is my assignment for edn114, Assessment 1 using digital technology. The app that I have chosen to use for my assignment is the Pattern Shapes app by Math Learning Center. Information about the Pattern Shapes app. The Pattern Shapes app allows students to place down shapes on either blank or graph pieces of paper. Students can then choose to rotate, reposition, and resize the shapes according to the teacher's request. The app also provides students with a protractor so that they can easily measure angles and find out whether an angle is obtuse, acute, or a right angle. The app also provides students with a pen to draw on the page and the ability to place numbers on the graph. The usefulness of the Pattern Shapes app within the Australian mathematics curriculum. The Australian curriculum states students are required to develop ICT capabilities and to learn to effectively access, create, and communicate ideas about how to solve problems and work collaboratively. The Shapes Pattern app fits well into the 21st century learning, as it is a tool that is easy for students to access and is very simple to use, allowing students in years 4 to 5 the opportunity to better understand location, transformation, and geometric reasoning. With technology being such a big focus in the 21st century, it is important that teachers are able to incorporate the technology into their lessons to better prepare students for the future. The Pattern Shapes app is easily accessible by typing the Pattern Shapes app into your web browser and going to the second link. The app is downloadable on the App Store or the Chrome Store, or you can use the Google web page. The app provides students with the shapes to the side, and these shapes can be used to teach the students about location, transformation, and geometric reasoning. Shapes app allows teachers to teach students about the ideas of reflection by enabling them to draw a line of reflection down the grid piece of paper and allowing them to grab the shapes from the side to show the idea of how reflection works to the students and give them a basic understanding of what the line of symmetry is and how shapes act when they are reflected. The line of symmetry is easily erased and can be moved into a different position to give students an idea of what it would look like if the line or the shapes were in a different place. The Pattern Shapes app allows teachers to demonstrate to students the ideas of rotation according to edn114 by providing the students and teachers with an arm that comes out of the shape that they can rotate around with their mouse. The shape can either be moved around as one singular option or can be grabbed together with another shape with the grabber tool, where they will both be allowed to be moved around by the same rotation bar. The rotation function in the app can be used as part of the curriculum due to it being able to show the rotation of two-dimensional shapes, and also by allowing the teachers to show students about the ideas of rotational symmetry, as shown in the video. Pattern Shapes app also allows teachers to demonstrate to students the idea of enlargement and reduction in shape size, as shown in the example in the video. It complies with the ideas in edn114 in the Australian curriculum by allowing teachers to shrink the object and still compare it to the original object. Another way that teachers can use this app to show enlargement as per ACMMG115 is by giving students an object and asking them what other shapes they can use to make this object the same but bigger, as per the example in the video. As you can see, I'm reducing the sizes of the shapes and combining them to the outside of the other shape to make this shape a bigger version of itself. This is useful with students as it gives them an idea about how other shapes can be used to increase the size of shapes. For example, how this trapezium and the use of these triangles can be used to increase the size. And again, I'll use another function in the app, which is the multi-grab tool, to shrink all of these. Through the use of triangles and trapeziums, I've been able to make this hexagon bigger. The hexagon can then be selected with the selector tool and changed to all be one colour, at which point the students can then compare the size of the new hexagon to the old hexagon and also compare what shapes went into making that hexagon. The ability to draw in the Pattern Shapes app can also be used combined with the ability of the protractor. The protractor is useful as it can be easily moved around to fit into the position that you would like it to, and when placed into position can easily tell you what angle the lines are that you have drawn. It can also be used to show students the angles of shapes, and again can be easily adjusted to suit the shape. So as you can see there, the corner on this square is at 90 degrees. This is useful for students in Year 4 as it complies with their curriculum that states that they need to learn the difference between angles that are acute, right, or obtuse. Examples of learning opportunities where the Pattern Shapes app is able to facilitate students' learning. The Pattern Shapes app is useful when teaching students about location and transformation of shapes. The app allows teachers and learners to move shapes around on a virtual piece of graph paper and explore the idea of translation, reflection, and rotation of two-dimensional shapes. The Pattern Shapes app has a built-in protractor which can be easily used to assist students in finding out the angles of certain shapes and is useful in demonstrating to students the difference between right, acute, and obtuse angles. When completing activities involving translation, reflection, and rotation of two-dimensional shapes non-digitally, you have to redraw the shape every time you want to move it, whereas the digital method allows you to easily select and duplicate shapes, making them easier to move and more convenient for setting up examples. My views on the use of technology. I believe that today's education system has been greatly improved by the use of information and communication technology, also known as ICT. As students can now connect to the internet with ease and effortlessly contact teachers and find resources that will provide them with a better education. Resources such as the Pattern Shapes app help students to discover a different perspective on education and provide students with a different way to learn and engage with the education curriculum in the 21st century.